Hello, collective. This is a timeless reading of yours. Please bear in mind some details while we get ready for your reading. I am Master Seventh, aka Seventh, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, her details can be found in the description box below. For a little bit of clarity, I am a master healer that provides remote wellness, alignments, and tarot intuitive insights. This is a timeless air elemental reading, which means it will have close ties to the signs of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So if you're any of those signs, you'll most likely resonate with these messages first. If you're any other sign, you may also resonate with this. Whatever brings you here, okay? Please know that this reading may also be of added value to you if you are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini in Sun, Rising, and or Jupiter position of this channel. And yeah, we're going to be playing a game where it's more like a color accuracy game, where I will ask you to choose a color in these next few moments to keep for the entirety of the reading. Okay, you're going to think of a color and you're going to keep it and not change it for the entirety of the reading. Okay, you're going to be able to choose a color from the 7 original colors, which is going to be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And you're going to only pick one color, and we will pull a card at the end of the reading and give you disclosures on how accurate this reading may be for you at this time. And that information might be beneficial for you, okay? Most important thing, lean into your intuition and take all of that which belongs to you in this general collective reading, and leave the reading behind with the details that do not belong to you as you leave the reading behind. All right, so the air element, which encapsulates Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, as I saw the numbers 2, 2, 2. So with that, I already feel that you could benefit from the fire and the elemental signs. A lot of you are turned off. Whether that's physically turned off from a situation or turned off in general with yourself. Give me 1 second. Sorry. That it's like there's always energy to be read around you. And if I focus in on the energy too much, I feel like I'm reading a lot of the negative bullshit instead of the true Christic vibrations of you. So I feel the majority of you are in a very like black hole of an existence at this time. So the clue here is to let you know that the reason why you're here, because you found this. Some way, somehow, you found this. And it's not your intuition talking to you, but your intuition saving you. everywhere you're searching, most of you are searching for resources that are not providing you motivation, not providing you vigor and life, oxygen. They're providing a chokehold, a choking. You feel like you can't say anything. You feel like you can't exist. Most of your self-sabotaging thoughts or sabotaging thoughts are not of your making. It's of your regurgitating. You're regurgitating energies that has been more or less whispered to you. And whatever that is, it's morphed its way into your consciousness, and you believed it was love. You believed it had something to hold on to, something to latch onto, something to make manifest upon. Yet as you evolved with it, you couldn't rely yourself to it any longer. Whatever that it is. There's support mechanism failing, as if you need a crutch of some kind, and the more you become aware that you need a crutch, you almost become also aware that you can't speak out your truth that you need a crutch, because you don't want to live in a contradiction of maybe potentially being a crux and a crutch in that moment for asking, for suggesting that you may need to lean onto something else for support. You may be feeling weakened or told that doing so is weak. Some of you have influential, let's call them ancestors. They don't necessarily have to come from your DNA line, okay, to be able to be influenced by them. Yet these energies, wherever they come from, when they chant negativity to fortify whatever connectivity of positivity is attached to that, it does damage to you. And that's more or less to kind of indicate that whatever damage it does to you was that someone had put like green eyes of envy whispers upon your name, you know. It could have been so subtle, but the energy attached to that spoken word is fundamental. And there's a part of your vibration of that is haunted by it. And whatever symptom you might be having at this time could come from that vessel of possibility. Maybe it can only define itself into showing up into a third eye pimple all the time. Okay, or a fungus on your toe, or in and out of relationship. But there is a kink in your universe that is indicative to try to tell you why that kink is existing. The kink will continuously to show up until you realize that 1, it's a problem, 2, it's a kink, and 3, because it's a kink, it's not a flow of purity. It keeps you in dire situations, in maybe high stress situation, high strung situations, more than you need to be in them. Why is it that I felt such negative energy around the Nine of Pentacles, when the Nine of Pentacles is an energy that usually talks about like a subtle sense of strength, right? A subtle admittance of internal power and empowerment, being delicate with yourself, and in that delicacy reach a form of enrichment and royalty of self that is awe-striking. And it's because that you have that innate vibrational makeup to yourself that you've forgotten in this sea of darkness, where you more or less are hard to read because the energies around you are dark. It's not hard to read you, though, that's why it's easy to read you. You are the beautiful star of the existence of the light. But yet wherever you're going to access and regenerate your own light, that's dim light around you, if anything, obsolete light. And how are you regenerating yourself? You can't. There's nothing around you to regenerate yourself of. So the universe is trying to isolate you by having you become a witness to that possibility. And once you become a witness to that possibility, you've pivoted to understanding that with this something being amiss, you've gained control, because now you've realized that there's something amiss. All right. The longer you look into this type of energy, you can feel how you are surrounded and have been surrounded by darkness. What you may not see as darkness is that you may immerse yourself with opportunistic situations in life, meaning you have no lack towards being able to fulfill your everyday desires, or your weekly desires. Whether it is, whatever that may be, you are loved because of all the things that exude of you and come of you, that makes you sexy, charming, vivacious, longing, desirable. And maybe also an often narrative, if you're somebody who is not really attached to just one person, but maybe dating and you're single, on the market, there is a lusciousness coming from interacting with you that is very compelling for whomever has the opportunity to meet you. And there's something warming and enchanting about coming across you. Yet the longer I look at this energy, the more I can see that you're actually not very happy in this world. Yet everyone around you is happy. Everyone around you is benefiting, being in some sort of companionship or relationship to you. Yet you're a bit detached, unexcited, unmotivated. You don't maybe feel so sexy. Interesting. I was about to pick the wrong deck. Yeah. Other people around you benefit from the things you have to give to them. everything around your circle is beneficial and fruitful and luscious and growing in a garden of opportunities and manifestation. It smells so delicious and desirable. And you're totally unprotected from that. The hood is off. You're totally unprotected from that. You're totally lost. And where you were put more or less, the hex was the red crown on top of this, where it's like envy and greed kind of took up your space subconsciously, that color red, from being whispered that into your existence. And there's parts of your DNA makeup that holds on to that narrative and is partly responsible as to giving the world that you have created. And everything around you, because you're beautiful, is luscious and a garden of opportunity and enriching and invigorating and just so nice to be around you, to speak to you, to integrate with you, to be physical with you, even for some people here. That it's a damnation to feel that there is possibly, the longer you look into this world, an actual admittance that the honesty is that you're not actually happy. So why? Because you feel that there's more to you, there's more to purpose, there's more of a purpose to you. There's a bigger world of recognition. You know, it's more or less almost like, let's say you see these 5 people around you and they're beautiful and they see a beautiful life, and you can almost see that, wow, it is part of my energy that's making their life so what it is. They really are coming to me and regenerating parts of themselves and then going back to their life. Like, how come I can't do that with myself? Or now that I realize that it's there, how can I make my world bigger? Because if they're taking part of my world and making their world look nice, that means I can take my world and exponentially make it bigger. How do I do that? And that's where I think the engine is starting to burn, turn and burn, to get you to be so truthful to yourself that you're left with just the raw versions of yourself, which is past authenticity, past sensitivity, and the empowerment of sovereignty. My least favorite card, ladies and gentlemen, all those in between and beyond, is the fucking 7 of Swords. I can't stand that card, and if y'all are returning listeners to my channel, you know how brutal I get. Sometimes I get a little nice, other times I get a little mean, other times it's like, ninja. I fucking can't stand the card. To me, 7 of Swords is the worst card of all cards. You can take all the worst cards of tarot, compile them together, and it's not going to outweigh the hatred that I have of the 7 of Swords. Okay? So, 7 of Swords with the Emperor. Whew, Lord. The more you become aware that you are that golden crystal that is illuminating the beautiful world in other people's lives, boy, the moment you become aware of how well how well lit their world is because of you, boy, you're going to turn that off and they're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What did I do? Or they're going to clap back, right? They're going to clap back because they feel robbed. Yeah, you totally should feel robbed because I didn't know you were robbing from me. So I'm gonna totally be okay with you feeling robbed a little when I was living in an illusion, not knowing I was robbed this whole entire time. It's like that saying, once you caught that person stealing from you, you didn't catch them steal from you or from someone else the first time. It wasn't their first time. But you got your power back in that moment seeing it. All right. So, yeah. I think that's another reason why you might benefit from what the element of fire I said reading, because there's a level of sovereignty amiss in you feeling empowered and you needing to recognize your own zhuzhes of opportunity is the minimum you can do at this time to reignite that ember and blow some oxygen in your own fucking ember so you can ignite back. And by igniting back, I mean bite back, fight back, be who you need to be to create that space for wellness to occur. And wellness isn't about ignoring people or ignoring subjects or thinking that everything is going to be perfect. No, it's creating a melodic tune of my existence that I'll dial in and how well I feel about it or not. No one else can come and control that for me. So some people will feel bothered, hot and bothered with you taking your power back. Okay? And from where I see it, it's totally good. They need to live in that misery for a moment, okay? Let them. You know how easy it is for them to just look at the thing that they took from you and feel rejuvenated? Like, it's sad. It's sad how much you don't understand how that thing that ties you and that person together is so much of a energy chaser, an energy shot for this individual, that they could just look at it, touch it, be with it, smell it, and get like, again, that the concern of them feeling a little bit hurt that you are taking a bit of your power back is a nice little fuck you. Okay, just gonna let that be a little bit said. Okay, because gonna be alright. They're gonna be alright. Ace of Pentacles. Everybody gonna be alright. Everybody gonna be more than okay. You know, the hooting and the hollering and whooping the shh. 2211. The hooting and the hollering. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for this shit. Everybody, I know, they're gonna hoot and holler you that you're not maybe a good person, you're shit of a person, you don't pay no attention, you love nobody, you're malicious, and you let it all out. Boy, girl, you it. Just tell me how bad I am. And I'm telling you, it's going to be such an energy of a war that you're going to find yourself oftentimes saying absolutely nothing because you will feel the sense of empowerment and not having to say a lick of a damn thing because the karma is unfolding to you in that moment in real time, and that is so beneficial for you to see it in that witness approach. Nice. Nine of Swords is the reason why you're here. We need to remind you why you were here. And why is it you were here? Because you were forgotten how the golden opportunity you are. That golden light I told you. You couldn't grab from outside resources and feel replenished again. Why? Right? Because they're shit. They're absolute shit. All you would be doing is taking more of your energy back. But because this energy that has been recycled through them, it's not really worthy of boomeranging back to you and giving you the euphoria that you need of a job well done, because they're not giving you that compensation. They're not giving you that love return exchange saying that I value you for giving me this. Yep. So universe is coming in and stepping into that vibration and taking hold of all that narrative, luckily unknowing to you, yet 100% for you, because she's providing healing. She's putting all that shit and bringing that shit to the fucking hospital. Everybody gonna do some time in the hospital. That analogy is more so than everybody having to go and do some fucking deep-rooted healing. All right, introduce the word healing in your life and realize that is not a good cookie to fucking swallow. But one intricate bite at a time. That cookie tastes delicious. I think you understand that turtle wins the race. You know, you can have multiple partners and still be on a healing journey. It's not the partners that kills. It's the secrecy. Hanged man with the Queen of Cups. I love that in this deck, she looks right at you. And this is your chance to take up your power back to where the emotions of how everyone just was worthy of knowing you, being integrated with you, having a reflective anything from you is so invigorating and such an energy booster without you knowing it, because you were in a hanged man position. You were upside down. You were an illusion to this whole entire time. I said in the beginning, it's like I can't even see you. You were in a black hole of the existence. Everywhere around you, you couldn't manifest because you have to realize something else. You are the manifestation for everybody else. All right. Let's see if there's some other details for you. There's something that you very much want and yearning for, okay? And a lot of you don't know that you actually created the perfect foundation for what it is that you're asking to show up for yourself. Yet what you're not really understanding about this foundation is who your contractors are. That's the best analogy I guess I could say for that. That's all that wants to come forth for that. It's interesting. All right, so like I said, remember the number. Interesting. Hold on, let me see what that number is about. Let me see something else. I do these numbers? No. Okay, hold on. There's something with numbers I'm supposed to do with you. So give me 1 second. Start thinking of a number, any number between 0 and 9. Start thinking of that number. Don't change it once I figure out what's next. But think of the number in these next few moments. A single digit number from 0 to 9, okay? All right. Interesting. So apparently they want me to pick a number and read a card for that number. Okay? So even if I go through the numbers now and you like a certain number, but it's not the number that you thought of, do not change that number. Okay, that message is not for you. So again, think of the number, a single digit number, any number from 0 to 9. Hold on to it and wait until your message comes. I'm going to start with the number 0. Okay, I'm going to pick from the top of the deck for the number 0. It is the 5 of Cups. So this individual obviously feels like what they cannot see, they also cannot overcome, and they are stuck in between a hard and a rock place. They don't know if they're the rock or the hard place. Number 1, the Tower. The biggest threat that you have to others is always choosing yourself. The more you choose yourself, the more you see other people who are not in that self-alignment or in that alignment actually just not be in your world anymore. And the only major consequence to this tower energy is your lack of ability of gaining emotional intelligence of the matter. Number 2, we have the Ace of Cups. So your biggest conquest and making the best decision in life will not be in the immediate alignment of how you feel. Because I think the more you make quick decisions in how you feel, they're more or less reactive instead of honest. And putting a little bit of a space of a few seconds before you answer to something, or before you provide an answer to something, will be a better moment for you to, I think, feel less chaotic in needing to make that decision once you make any of those decisions. Let that resonate however it wants. All right, number 3, the Hierophant. All right. I think commitment is your biggest secret. Maybe you're an individual who is, maybe a lot of the prominent people around you would never think that you're somebody who wants to settle down, yet there is a huge contradiction to that, which is actually you're choosing that mind state because your biggest desire is commitment, more or less monogamy, okay? Yet watching other people be monogamous hasn't been the most fruitful or optimistic pursuit to want to manifest towards, that you almost became a rebel towards your own desires to try to figure out what it is that you want. So more power to you, because all of it is a lesson. All of it is yours. Whatever you want, yours. Do whatever you want. All right, we have number 4, 2 of Swords. So stop making decisions for other people. You know, there's a big of a need to back the fuck off. Like, maybe your personality that likes to like answer for other people, or you think you have the best intention for other people, or you finish other people's thoughts. Relax a little bit, because I feel that what you're creating is people around you who are just a bit feeling unnerved with how to get the truth to you. They very much want to tell you the truth and keep you updated with everything that's in their life. But your reaction, your quick reaction, is making them doubt themselves. All right, number 5, 8 of Cups. So your words don't match your action. You cause a lot of your problems or your strife in life with your language or your lack of physical presence to people or in people's lives. They don't know if they can rely on you. And you kind of do it on purpose. But if that's done on purpose, then that's part of the reason why if there's any sort of curiosity or wonderment as to why maybe love life is imbalanced, it's due to this personality trait. Knowing something but rather not addressing it. Not being very emotional and mature. We're at number 6, I think, right? Number 6. 6 has a 6 of Wands. You are in full alignment of your ego. Like, you know what works for you, what doesn't. You know. You just know. Whether you know and are humble, or you know and are gaslighting others, is part of this unknowing. So this is very like devilish energy. Works in your favor sometimes, works in non-favor other times. You're trying to find the right path comfortable for you to travel and traverse this thing, this period, this circumstance. I think the part of victory for this is going to be about how harmonious other people's relationship to you will be. 7 has the 6 of Pentacles. So I'm sensing that maybe what you're lacking is a compliment or two. Someone who understands that you pay attention to detail and compliments you for doing so. Maybe also throwing you positive words of how grateful they are that you are in their life. Like, you're missing validation, you're missing receiving what you deserve, having put out there for others to grab. We have 8 is the 3 of Wands. So you're challenged with trying to figure out your life goals, your life pursuits. You're struggling perhaps with finding the right time management, maybe the talents and hobbies, and just overall alignment to what you like and what you dislike, and turning your likes into money and your dislikes into having to do them because you just need to do them. It doesn't mean that you don't like to do them, but they're dislikes. You would choose not to. Right? So you're trying to breathe a world into some sort of acceptance that you can live with, and that you're not only just living with, but you can accept and love and throw gratitude towards. We have the number 9. Our last number is the Knight of Pentacles. So here you are challenged with knowing how to motivate you moving forward. You more or less feel like you need to answer to a higher calling of some kind, perhaps. Yeah, just maybe insecure on the right steps to get you there. Very much afraid of shadow work coming forth and teaching you another perspective of life. But that life is such a raw and honest perspective. It's like learning to love a raw crystal for what it is before you cut it and polish it to turn into something that looks visually more appealing and appetizing to you. All right, that's that. I got that out of the way. Interesting. Hopefully that was beneficial for any and all of you. Now we're going to go back into that color game. Please remember that color that you have chosen and you've kept for this entirety of the reading. And I'm going to be shuffling for a few moments, and we'll be generating only one card. We're going to be looking at the predominant color of the card and compare it to the color you have chosen. and for color accuracy or the resonancy of accuracy of this reading, the potentiality of this reading, okay? So please remember your color. All right. The color is yellow. The card color will be yellow, okay? Yellow. So, please remember your color. If you have chosen the color red, you're about 85% color accuracy in alignment of this reading. (80 to 85% color accuracy of this reading, which means you only have about 20 to 15% of shadow work that needs to be done to truly be in 100% alignment of however this reading could be in alignment to you. If you have chosen the color orange, you are at about 95 to, no, 95, you're about 95%. If you have chosen the color orange compared to this color here, you're about 95% accuracy of the reading, which means you only have about 5% of shadow work to do. To be in full alignment of the reading. If you have chosen the color yellow, you're in 100% color accuracy and alignment of the reading. If you have chosen the color green, you are at about 80% of color accuracy to the reading. That means 20% has to do with shadow work in order to get to 100% of the color accuracy of the reading. If you have chosen blue, you're about 60% color accuracy to the reading. That means you have to potentially do 40% shadow work to be in 100% alignment to the energies of this reading. If you have chosen the color indigo compared to this yellow card, you are about 40% in accuracy of the reading and needing to do about 60% shadow work in order to be in 100% full color vibration accuracy of the reading. And lastly, if you have chosen the color violet compared to this color yellow, you're about 25% color accuracy alignment to this reading, and you have about 75% shadow work to do to be at 100% color accuracy of the reading. Take this information of however that may resonate for you. Feel free to give me feedback on that if you feel compelled to do so. And now on to the message of the card. It's relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. It's very form-fitting for trying to recognize where you are in the webbing and where you're going to select around you in order to make manifest the energy behind that webbing. All right, with that being said, again, if you'd like any of my services, feel free to check out the description box below. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.